1,000 Lights is basically a massive tribute to Chester Bennington and Linkin Park, with 1,000 musicians all coming together to play on the arena floor of the Utilita arena where Chester Bennington played his last ever show. On stage, we've got about 20 well-known artists from big UK bands across the rock scene. We've also got the Linkin Park Experience, who's pretty much the #1 Linkin Park tribute band in Europe.
For me, it feels like such a rare event. Like, it's something that I don't think I've ever seen happen before. I'm really excited to be a part of it, and it's for such a great charity, a great cause.
Chester Bennington, Linkin Park have always been very early inspirations and heroes of mine, both vocally and in songwriting and all of that sort of thing. So to be able to link so nicely with that into what is a fantastic foundation, an amazing charity, and something that we really need to push and develop and grow for future generations for musicians in the UK and around the world. I think it's just a beautiful amalgamation of all of that, and it means a lot.
I've had my own mental health struggles over the years, so to be asked to take part and to be able to promote it and just be part of this amazing thing is really incredible, and it means a lot to me personally as well and my family.
For me, I feel really, really privileged, not only to be getting the opportunity to play here at the arena, but to be raising money for a very, very important cause. And on top of that, I get to be stood next to people from like some of my childhood favourite bands.
I'm excited to play with 1,000 musicians. It's one of those moments that you'll never forget and that doesn't happen very often. I've never been a part of something this big before.
It's going to be loud. It's going to be loud, it's going to be wild, it's going to be emotional, I'm sure. Music is a very, very special feeling. When you're in a room with 1,000 people, you're amplifying that tenfold. So I just can't wait to experience that with everyone else.
For the last month, I've been getting so many people messaging me like, "Oh my God, I'm part of the band too." And I'm like, "Yeah, me too, let's do it." So it's going to be really fun. I'm excited.
Everyone's in the same room just giving each other a big musical touch, a big hug. So it's nice. Everyone's involved, everyone's feeling part of there. And it's important, you know, because I'm sure everybody's going through some form of mental health. But yeah, it's a big party, everyone's involved, and it's going to be loads of fun. So.
Linkin Park was one of the first bands, I think, where as soon as I heard them, I knew they were my band. Like, they were mine, and I loved everything about them, and I felt that they helped to define who I was, especially in those earlier years.
Bands like Linkin Park heal my inner child because they're very nostalgic for me. It was a big stepping stone to get me into alternative music, and I'll never forget the first time I heard Crawling, actually, and was just like, this is the best thing ever. So they mean a lot to me.
Linkin Park was actually one of the first bands I got into. My sister brought me a Linkin Park hoodie for my 10th birthday. I think they were definitely one of the bands that actually opened my eyes to rock music.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of Linkin Park for many, many years. Even more so now. Just kind of rekindled my fire for Linkin Park. I don't know about these two songs, or I probably never listen to them ever again in my life.
They were just one of the first bands that I got into when I turned sort of 11 and got into rock music. It was the very first band that I went and saw. I actually saw them in this arena. As the band came off stage, they gave me a drumstick, and that was just like fan for life.
I'll put it this way, without Linkin Park, there wouldn't be this band, there wouldn't be Defects. I literally looked up to that guy, looked up to Chester my whole life. So the reason I started singing, the reason I even started screaming, so I owe him a lot, even though I never really met him. I don't know him, but I feel like I know him.
To lose such a big voice in Chester, especially when he spoke to the hearts of so many people about what he was going through, that it's only right that we try use that legacy for something good.
Their lyrics really spoke to me as a child. I had gender dysmorphia till I was like 14, so it was quite a confusing time in my life. And I think to have Linkin Park, I think, saved me in more ways than I can ever really articulate. I think they're an absolutely exceptional band, and I'm so grateful for their existence, like thousands and millions of other people in the world, because I think they really do help people connect and understand their emotions a bit more. That's what it's been for me anyway. So yeah, thank you, Linkin Park.